To felicitate him, we have requested Dr. H.P.P. who is a teacher of Professor H.P. Puttaraju and former Vice Chancellor of Bangalore University and former Director of NOM. Professor H.P. Puttaraju and present Registrar of Acknowledgements University. Dr. Puttaraju and Professor of Mysore, esteemed Professor Department of Health and Sciences, other members of the Education Commission, Professors from Lifelong and Development, Mrs. Felicitation, family members, and students. Professor Retirement is the biggest stage of professional life. This is the moment where you are really happy and excited about the retirement. There are some people who want to become legends. There are spirits, the world ceremonies. It is not only about the work but it is the outlook and approach for life that makes them make the world over. The personality and outlook is so strong that when such dynamic individuals meet us, they leave a lifetime impression. Yes, it is true. Certainly, all of us at some point of time would have witnessed such great personalities. I am talking about none other than Professor H.P. Puttaraju. There is a saying that keep doing your best, no matter what, where, when, and something more, then your best will come back to you. Professor H.P. Puttaraju has been following this and has always tried to give his best to the institution he has worked, the institution he has built, or to the people he has come across in his lifetime. With this, I now request Professor Govindaya to lead Professor H.A. Ranganath, Professor K.P. Srinath, Professor H.P. Puttaraju, Professor H.P. Manjunathan onto the dais, please. Thank you, sir. May I now request Professor R. Gopalakrishnan, Professor and Chairman, Department of Psychology, Bangalore University, to remove board. So over to Professor R. Gopalakrishnan.
Direct audio. ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲ
ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮ ಶಾರದೆ ಉಮಾ ಮಹೇಶ್ವರಿ ನಿಮ್ಮೊಳಗೆ ಯಾರಮ್ಮ ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮ ಶಾರದೆ ಉಮಾ ಮಹೇಶ್ವರಿ ನಿಮ್ಮೊಳಗೆ ಯಾರಮ್ಮ ತಮ್ಮ ಗೋಲನ ವೈರಿ ಸುತನಾದ ಸುಂದಿಲ ತಮ್ಮ ಗೋಲನ ವೈರಿ ಸುತನಾದ ಸುಂದಿಲ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ಗಣನಾಥನೇ ಕಣ್ಣಮ್ಮ ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮ ಶಾರದೆ ಉಮಾ ಮಹೇಶ್ವರಿ ನಿಮ್ಮೊಳಗೆ ಯಾರಮ್ಮ ಮೋರೆ ಕಪ್ಪಿನ ಭಾವ ಮೊರದ ಗಲದ ಕಿವಿ ಮುರಿದಿಟ್ಟ ಚಂದ್ರನ ಮುರಿದಿಟ್ಟ ಚಂದ್ರನ ಧೀರತ ಗಣನಾಥನೇ ಕಣ್ಣಮ್ಮ ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮ ಶಾರದೆ ಉಮಾ ಮಹೇಶ್ವರಿ ನಿಮ್ಮೊಳಗಿರುವ ಯಾರಮ್ಮ ಪುಟ್ಟ ಗಟ್ಟಿಯು ಬಿಗಿದುಟ್ಟ ಚಲ್ಲಣದ ಬಿಟ್ಟ ಕಾಲಮ್ಮ ಪುಟ್ಟ ಗಟ್ಟಿಯು ಬಿಗಿದುಟ್ಟ ಚಲ್ಲಣದ ಬಿಟ್ಟ ಕಾಲಮ್ಮ ಪಟ್ಟದ ರಾಣಿ ಪಾರ್ವತಿಯ ಕುಮಾರನು ಪಟ್ಟದ ರಾಣಿ ಪಾರ್ವತಿಯ ಕುಮಾರನು ಹೊಟ್ಟೆಯ ಗಣನಾಥನೇ ಕಣ್ಣಮ್ಮ ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮ ಶಾರದೆ ಉಮಾ ಮಹೇಶ್ವರಿ ನಿಮ್ಮೊಳಗಿರುವ ಯಾರಮ್ಮ ರಾಶಿ ವಿದ್ಯೆಯ ಬಲ್ಲ ರಮಣಿ ಹಂಬರ ಮಲ್ಲ ಭಾಷಿಗ ನಿಗನಾರಮ್ಮ ರಾಶಿ ವಿದ್ಯೆಯ ಬಲ್ಲ ರಮಣಿ ಹಂಬರ ಮಲ್ಲ ಭಾಷಿಗ ನಿಗನಾರಮ್ಮ ಲೇಸಾಗಿ ಜನರ ಸಲಹುವಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನೆಲೆಯಾದಿ ಲೇಸಾಗಿ ಜನರ ಸಲಹುವಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನೆಲೆಯಾದಿ ಕೇಶವದಾಸ ಕಣೆ ಕಣ್ಣಮ್ಮ ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮ ಶಾರದೆ ಉಮಾ ಮಹೇಶ್ವರಿ ನಿಮ್ಮೊಳಗಿರುವ ಯಾರಮ್ಮ ಕಮ್ಮಗೋಲನ ವೈರಿ ಸುತನಾದ ಸುಂದಿಲ ಕಮ್ಮಗೋಲನ ವೈರಿ ಸುತನಾದ ಸುಂದಿಲ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ಗಣನಾಥನೇ ಕಣ್ಣಮ್ಮ ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮ ಶಾರದೆ ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮ ಶಾರದೆ ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮ ಶಾರದೆ ಉಮಾ ಮಹೇಶ್ವರಿ
I now request Professor P.P., Special Officer, to dance. So to Mrs. Mulani. Thank you, Dr. Puttaraju. Very good morning to one and all present here. Today we are all gathered here for the felicitation function to honor our beloved Professor H.P. Puttaraju, Chairman, Department of Life Science, Bangalore University. It's my proud privilege to welcome each and every person present here. I welcome Professor H.A. Ranganath, lifelong distinguished professor of University of Mysore, former Vice Chancellor of Bangalore University, former Director of NAC. Presently, he is a visiting professor at the Indian Institute of Science, who has accepted our request to be the chief guest and felicitate his own student, Professor H.P.P. Sir. We are indeed blessed to have you in this function, sir. On behalf of Professor H.P.P. Felicitation Committee, staff and students of Department of Life Science, Bangalore University, we extend a warm welcome to you, sir. It is also my honor to welcome Special Officer, Professor P.P. from the North Bangalore University, who is the guest of honor for us. We extend a warm welcome to you, sir. memorable moment for me to welcome Professor H.P. Puttaraju, Chairman, Department of Life Science, Bangalore University, and our inspiring guru, I can really say that, who has agreed to be with us for the felicitation. On behalf of all the students, friends of Bangalore University, we extend you a very warm welcome, sir.
Professor H.P. Puttaraju
The
Felicitation
Registrar
program
of
ಅಷ್ಟೇ
Karnataka
ಬೇಕಾಯ್ತು.
State Women's University, Vijayapur, Professor
Okay.
K. who is also president of Professor H.P.P. Felicitation Committee. He is a guiding force to us. With all the love and affection, he is with us today. We welcome you, sir. I also welcome Professor Govindaya, Department of Life Science, who is the Vice President of Professor H.P.P. Felicitation Committee. On behalf of everyone present here, thank you for being here. I also take this opportunity to welcome Professor H.B. Manjunath, Department of Silviculture, University of Mysore, who is the Secretary of Professor H.P.P. Felicitation Committee, and who is also the first doctorate student of Professor H.P.P. We welcome you, sir. And it's a very momentous time. We have with us Srimati Veena Puttaraju, wife of Dr. H.P. Puttaraju, and Mr. Hemana, brother of Professor H.P. Puttaraju, and other family members, and his well-wishers, friends, and colleagues. I would also like to welcome Professor Ramachandra of University of Mysore and Professor Subramanya of University of Mysore. Last but not the least, I also welcome the media persons, students, the faculty of other departments. We welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Lunani. I now request Dr. Sampath Kumar, Faculty, Department of Life Science, to give a brief account of Professor H.P. Puttaraju's professional and personal achievements to the august gathering. It's over to Dr. Sampath Kumar.
ಇದು ಪರಿಚಯ ಎಷ್ಟದು ಏನು ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರಾ ಮನೆಗೆ ಇದೇನೇ ಒಂದು ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡೋದು ಶೂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಆಯ್ತಾ ಹಾಂ ಕಡೆ ಅವ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದಾಯ್ತು, ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಈಗ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ನಿಂತರೆ ಇದು ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಟಿ ವಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಐಪ್ಯಾಡ್ನ ಬನ್ನಿ ರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಈ ಲೈಟ್ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಬೇಕಾ ಪ್ರವೀಣ್ ನಾನು ಇದು ಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಬರೀಕ್ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಐಪ್ಯಾಡು ಒಂದೇ ಬರೀಕು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಏನು
First of all, a big apologies to all for delaying this. Quite messy right now. But the only intention was, it's always normally routine for us to commemorate the accomplishments of Professor H.P. Puttaraju. Felicitate the accomplishment. On the date of his superannuation, 31st August 2016. In the ensuing day, we shall travel across time and try to discover the man himself. Going back in time, Dr. H.P. Puttaraju hails from an agricultural family in Musgar, Mattur Taluk, Mandya district. Professor Puttaraju was born on 6 August 1954. Just like many of us, he was the most pampered kid of his family. The primary education of Puttaraju was accomplished in his native village only. In the later course of time, Puttaraju moved to Mattur and Mandya for his higher secondary and degree. He completed his bachelor's in chemistry, botany and zoology in the year 1975 from Mandya Government Boys College. Subsequently, Puttaraju moved to University of Manchester to do his master's in zoology in the year 1977. He worked hard and as a result, he was the topper during his master's.
ಆಡಿಯೋ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ವ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟಲ್ಲಿ
Used it for the shared with his brother, Jane Goda. It was his brother who throughout his journey shouldered the responsibility of
ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್
his
ಮಾಡಬೇಕು
education.
ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಆ ಪೆಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಇದೆಯಾ
1978, he came to Garden City of Bangalore to study and take up IAS and AS examination. As history would have it, while waiting for his AS and IAS results, he approached Professor William Chauraya, head of the Department of Zoology. Professor Chauraya quickly spotted the young prodigy of Puttaraju. Dr. Chauraya not only helped to get him fellowship to his PhD in mosquitoes, but also recognized Puttaraju's hard work in society. These characteristics helped Dr. Puttaraju get into research and lectureship in given the opportunity of research assistantship and lectureship, Dr. Puttaraju made the most out of it. He used to work for long hours, came up with novel findings, which was lauded by all his teams. Professor Puttaraj's scientific temper made him look beyond India. With his skills and expertise, he was able to travel across various continents in the quest to unravel various questions of biology. He had to question himself and push himself harder to reach his goals. The journey was not simple, and he had to cross several hurdles. In this quest, he came across Wolbachia research at Cardiff University for pest and vector control, which in days to come changed the researcher he was. His dedicated hard work fetched him rewards, fellowships, scholarships, like Commonwealth Academic Fellowship to carry out research in UK for 1 year, NSAPFT Fellowship to work in Germany. He is also a recipient of several other fellowships for various assignments, and he has visited several countries. His research and academic endeavors brought him several awards and honors. He is the recipient of Sir C.V. Raman Egg Scientist State Award, Professor G.K. Manna Memorial Award, Egg Histochemist Award, Fellow of Royal Entomological Society, and many more. Addressing the most happening area of research, Professor Puttaraju was successful in getting many projects from government funding agencies like TBT, DST, ICMR, UGC, and BRNS. The trumpet of his research career started during 1990s. His research career skyrocketed. He trained his students and joined them hand in hand to ensure a new beginning of Wolbachia research in India. He also collaborated with many other scientists across the world to ensure that the vision he had was reached. Even now, his research interest exuberates as he has now taken several approaches in his Wolbachia research such as genomics, proteomics, and computational biology to meet the current needs of the society at large. Professor Puttaraju guided over 20 PhD students and 7 MPhil students. He has authored 200 research papers in journals of national and international repute. He is also a reviewer and editor for several other international journals. Being newly assigned the role of an editor, he was instrumental in reviving Vijnana Bharati, our own university journal. The appreciation and applaud he has received from the scientific community stands as a testimony for his accomplishments. He is renowned internationally. Scholars and faculties from abroad have worked in his lab under his guidance to schemes such as DST, AICCT. When Professor H.A. Rangnath planned to start a vibrant new course in biological sciences, Professor Puttaraju was taken on board. Under H.P.P.'s coordinatorship, the 5-year integrated MSc in biological sciences was instituted. Professor H.P.P. reluctantly accepted but took it up as a challenge and started the new course for 5 students. With utmost care and his determination, the course is now attracting well-talented students and becoming the most demanded course and ranked one of the best in biological courses in India. 7 students are getting benefited from the course. The syllabi and its equality to many other courses have made this course more comprehensive. Every aspect of curricular, co-curricular, and extracurricular are finely balanced in this course. Further, Professor Puttaraju was successful in obtaining funds from University Grants Commission in Delhi to start a new innovative PG diploma course in clinical embryology and assisted reproductive technology, and also institute new faculty positions. Of late, under the chairmanship of Dr. Puttaraju, departmental status has been conferred to life science course. Even as Professor H.P.P. approaches his retirement, his interests have not taken a break. Under the UGC DSR Faculty Fellowship Program, he has received grants to continue research for 3 more years. It is rightly said, once a scientist, always a scientist, and a great human being. His children have modeled themselves as software.
My feelings, my views, and the journey what I have taken all along with Professor Puttaraju till today to stand before you people. Indeed, it is a great pleasure to stand before you as well to say it is a good opportunity. More important, especially I would like to mention one word which is not been known to all of us. Puttaraju was my teacher, and Professor H.R. was a teacher of Puttaraju. Just see the coincidence, a student of a teacher and me, a student of another teacher, standing on the same dais. I really, but I can say that it is a golden opportunity in my lifetime to have this occasion to share the dais, to share my words. So if I start telling my experience about Dr. Puttaraju, it is not one day or 2 days, it is more than 24 years. If at all I stand before you today, is all because of Professor Puttaraju, who really guided me to go to this extent and to stand before you. If not, probably I could have joined some government job. When I was preparing for case examinations, he said, then you want research or administration, white collar job or research. And then it was really a tough time to decide what exactly we took, because most of us being MSc students, after MSc, we always look for what we are supposed to take on. And it was a transition phase where exactly each and every one will face, and similarly, I too undergone the same sequences then, not to decide what I want to take up. Then I asked him, sir, give me 3 months time so that I can prepare the case examination and come back to the research. He said, are you sure? I tried, sir. So then, you decide, think twice, are you really contribute something to the science, or you want to contribute to something else? It was a tough time to decide. Then after 1 week, without sleep, thinking like everybody thinking, and then I decided to stick on to my research and my teaching, so that I became a teacher today, being a teacher of other 2 teachers. So then I took up my research. Of course, I started my research in Uzifly, though I completed my MSc in Sericulture, in the Department of Sericulture, along with other teachers. So when I started Uzifly, I just handled the Uzifly only the practical class, just to remove the decision ovary. But I never know what exactly I want to do that. Then practically, as a teacher, I still appreciate, he stood with me to show how to dissect the one. Nowadays, we need to inculcate each and every step what Dr. Puttaraju has shown to me in my lifetime as well as to others. The moment he showed that dissection, I really impressed. A teacher should be like this. Then if I become a teacher, I should be like this. And should I still, even today, if there is any dissection, I try to stand with the students. And this is what I inculcated. And I could say that Dr. Puttaraju is really a mentor, really a guide, who can guide and mend the mind of a research scholar, so that any research scholar came to a higher eye, like that many more people come across. So once I started doing the dissections, then I didn't know how to prepare the chromosomes at all. It was very nice, and I got the good metaphor spread. Then I showed to him, and then he appreciated like this, good, you carry on. And that made me to produce good results, which we could be able to publish in Cytologia and as a Fundamental Society of America. During the research time, when we submitted a paper to Annals of Fundamental Society of America, then it came for review. Then when we submitted, they really asked us, would you like to submit it for a review to award a kind of best paper award like this. Then we are happy to do that, and this paper has got award of Von Alexander Award in 1996. Then I decided to be as a researcher, and to remain as a researcher now. This is a kind of so another, especially a teacher can guide, go, but when there is a problem, and one should be there to support and back, so that Anybody can overcome the problem. When we want to publish a good paper, then we need to have a good images. Those days, we don't have like computer. Make use of Photoshop and edit all the images and bring it to a good quality, publishable quality, and submit it. That's fine. But then that's not like that. So then we went to Photoshop and the photo unit, asked them to give the chromosome printout or prints. It was not acceptable. Then I said, sir, what shall we do? Then he supported me, established darkroom, a photography darkroom. Like that, he used to support, you want to equip the research laboratory that could fit into a research for a researcher. And we could able to establish a darkroom. Then I still remember Dr. Puttaraju was introducing me to another who is rightly to be mentioned here, Dr. I still go to there. And he the one, when Dr. Puttaraju was introduced me, showed me how to do photography, how to take out a printout. And that's how Dr. Puttaraju shouldered the responsibility to establish infrastructure in the laboratory. And it was my memories even today still remain great. And like that, probably the biological science department, what is established, is not a big issue because from the beginning, he has that inculcation to take the responsibility. But as you apply, why don't? Why can't? And there is a spirit, especially nowadays, we think that if anybody is growing high, and they will not allow others to grow. And Puttaraju was not like that. He used to take not only me, like me others, all along with him to reach the top, to go to the final target. So likewise, especially when I asked him, so can I apply for common fellowship? And can you remember he the first referee for me? I need to mention the references, and he has given a very, I could say that, a sound wording reference letter to be submitted or was submitted to the Commonwealth Fellowship or along with the Commonwealth Fellowship. Then he asked me a question, where are you going, where do you want to go? Then I said, sir, I am going to UK to take up this fellowship in Human Genome Project Center. But you can able to do that. So I tried to use the genome sequencing technology so that I can able to employ the genome sequencing technology here. Then he said, yes, this is the right field which you can take up. So this is the knowledge what we acquired then and transfer the same to the students so that the student can go. This is the mindset of Dr. H.P. Puttaraju, who has never thought, let me grow, not others grow. He never thought of it. This is what I appreciate always. A teacher should be like this, and the HPP is one example for it. I always bow to him because of his support, which is extended to me. So like that, many more fellowship I got through his guidance. So when I came back to my city, again, he always supported me. This is with reference to my academic ability. But personally, there is a lot, there is no any word for it, but I can say that it is highly invaluable. I rightly remember when I was doing research in the laboratory, it was almost a lunchtime. Then he asked me, Manjunath, did you finish your lunch? No, sir, I am just preparing chromosome, I'll finish and go. Then immediately, okay, I'll wait for few minutes, you can just let me know. Then after a few minutes I said, sir, it's over. Then wash your hands, come to my chamber. Then I went. He used to pack some dosa, some curd rice and everything in a 2 or 3 boxes. I think below 2 boxes. Then he used to give 1 plate for me and he has taken another plate. And whatever he brought for himself, he shared the same food to me during lunchtime, and this is the mindset of a teacher. And he offered me a lunch in the laboratory itself. Then we had together, could you imagine these type of environment is unforgettable, which I never forget. It is always true. So like this, I have many more memories, but equally Whenever I go to their house, Vinaka is also treat me as a own brother. I never words forget. I really, really, what I can say that really sincere to her and grateful to her for extending a kind of sisterly ship to me, and even today I call her as Vinaka only, and she remained as Vinaka to me. And with these few words, I think I don't want to take much time. If at all I stand before you today, it's all because of Dr.H.P.P. Puttaraju, and I take this opportunity to say my sincere thank you, sir, for bringing me up to this stage. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I now request Professor Govinda to address the gathering.
Honorable, most respected Professor H.A. Former Vice Chancellor of Bangalore University and Director of NAC, Professor Kemparaju, Special Officer, Bangalore University North, Professor K.P. Srinath, Registrar, Women's University, Vijaypura, Professor Puttaraju, the attractions of today's function, Dr.Puttaraju, and Professor H.P. Manjuna, and the family members of Professor Puttaraju, invited teachers, invited guests, students, ladies and gentlemen. You are very much aware, this is our custom in our university. The teacher who has served the university for over 3.5 decades, we are remembering his contributions, and we are respecting his contributions to the university and to the department today. To the university during 2003 from agriculture, and as Professor said, the number of students were very less in the life science in the beginning, but later now both the courses, MSc Life Science 2 years and 5 years integrated biological science. I came from other department, Central Cell Board I came, and I was accepted in the department very well. So all the teachers, they were all very kind enough. I can proudly say this, the Department of Life Science or Sericulture or Biological Science, the affections and this cooperation is very, very high compared to the other department. So on this occasion, I can also say very emphatically that for the establishment of life science course, Dr. Puttaraju is also one of the main cause, along with Professor M.E. Subramanian, who is sitting over here. These are the two persons who are mainly responsible for establishing the life science course, and we have full strength today in the life science course. As I know, Professor Puttaraju is a very simple, very humble, down to the earth person, and is also a very good teacher, very good researcher, and he plans very meticulously. He is a good planner. He plans very meticulously the works and the all the works in the department, and whatever I observed, he plans very nicely. So this is one has to learn from him. And he's a teacher quality, and he's a very friendly, student-friendly teacher, as I know. I have not seen him fighting with the teachers or fighting with the students or the research scholar. He's a very, very friendly teacher, student-friendly teacher we have. And I know, and already Professor H.P. Manjuna has narrated how he maintains the relationship with the students. So he is a very good teacher, very good researcher. He has brought a lot of funds from the external agencies for the development of the Department of Biological Science as well as the Life Science. Actually, this is a very rare quality. People in the universities do not take the financial problems. Okay, so without fearing for the financial problems or the financial risk, he could bring lot of nearly crores of money he has brought from different organizations to establish the research laboratories and also to create infrastructure facilities in the department. So we very fondly remember the contributions made by Professor Puttaraju to the Department of Life Science as well as the Department of Sericulture. On these occasions, I wish a very peaceful, comfortable retirement life both for Professor Puttaraju and also Veena Puttaraju on these occasions. I thank once again all the invitees and teachers who have come all the way from other universities and other colleges. Once again, I thank all the persons who are gathered here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I now request Professor Felicitation, Registrar, University of Bijapur, to address the gathering.
ವೇದಿಕೆಯ ಗಣ್ಯಾಧಿಗಣ್ಯರಿಗೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ವೇದಿಕೆಯ ಮುಂಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಗಣ್ಯರಿಗೂ ಸಹೋದರಿಗಳಿಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನಾನಿಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಮಾತನ್ನ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಚ್ಛೆಪಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಒಂದು, ಹುಲಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಓಡುತ್ತೆ, ಜಿಂಕೆಯೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಓಡುತ್ತೆ, ಎರಡೂ ಬದುಕಿಗಾಗಿ. ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಣ ಉಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬದುಕಬೇಕು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನಾನು ಇವನಿಂದ ತಪ್ಪಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಓಡ್ತದೆ. ಇಬ್ಬರೂ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಓಟಗಾರ. ಇದನ್ನು ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ, ದ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಈಸ್ ಬಾರ್ನ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಎವರಿ ವೇಸ್ ಇನ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಪರ್ಕ ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜುಗೆ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರು ಲಯನ್ ಮುನಿಯಪ್ಪ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ರಾಮೇಗೌಡ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಹಾಸ್ಟೆಲ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು 12:30 ಊಟ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಂದರೆ ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜು 12:30 ವಾಪಸ್ ರೂಮಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಏನೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಲ್ಯಾಬಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಇದು ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ, ನಾವೇನು ಔಟ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದವರು. ನಾವು ಸಂಜೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗ್ಯಾಂಗ್ ಕಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಮ್ಮ ಇವತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ 40 ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಬಟ್ ಕೆಲವು ಸಮಯ ಅಧಿಕಾರ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಹೋರಾಟ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನಾಳುವ ಜನ ಆಡಿಟ್ಗೆ ಮಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಡಿಟ್ ಏನಾರು ಅಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾನಪ್ಪ, ನಿನಗೂ ಪ್ರಮೋಷನ್ ಕೊಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ರೆಕ್ರೂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಆಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನಾಳುವ ಜನ. ಇದು ಅವ್ರು ಬಿಡಬೇಕು. ಆವಾಗ ಈ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಸಮಾಜ ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಕಷ್ಟವೋ ಸುಖವೋ, ಈಗ ನಾನು ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ನಾನ್ ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಪರ್ಮನೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಒಂದು ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ 40 ಜನ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಸೇರಿ ಮಿಕ್ಕಿನವರು ಖಾಲಿ ಇದೆ, ಯಾರು ರೆಕ್ರೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಈ ರೆಕ್ರೂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಭಯ, ಇವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಫಿಯರ್. ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಭಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ನನಗೆ ನೀರು ಕಂಡ್ರೆ ಭಯ, ಈಜು ಬಾರದವನಿಗೆ ನೀರು ಕಂಡರೆ ಭಯ. ನೀವ್ಯಾಕೆ ಹೆದರ್ತೀರಿ? ಇಲ್ಲದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ನಾವು ಹೋಗಲೇಬೇಡಿ. ನೀವು ವೈಸ್ ಚಾನ್ಸಲರ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರಾರ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜು ಥರ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡೇನೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ರೂಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ, ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜು ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರೈಡ್. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಇತಿಹಾಸ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ವೈಸ್ ಚಾನ್ಸಲರ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇವರೊಬ್ಬರು ಭಾಗಿ. ಕೇಂದ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ವೈಸ್ ಚಾನ್ಸಲರ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ಭಾಗಿಯಾದರು. ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಅವಕಾಶ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಅವಕಾಶ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನೇನು ಅದರ ಹಿಂದೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಕ್ಷಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾಪ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇವರ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಕ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡೋಣ. ಬಟ್ ಒಂದಂತೂ ನಾನು ನೆನ್ಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು, ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಅಧಿಕಾರ ಸ್ವೀಕಾರ ಮಾಡುವ ಅಪಾರ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರಿದರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ತುಂಬಾ ನನಗೆ ಆನಂದ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅಧಿಕಾರ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕೊಡುವಾಗಲೂ ಕೂಡ, ವಿದಾಯ ಮಾಡುವಾಗಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಇಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಸೇರಿರೋ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಂತೋಷ. ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಂದು ಅಭಿನಂದಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಕಾರಣ ಯಾರು ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ, ಏನೋ ಅಧಿಕಾರ ಇದೆ, ಅವರೇನೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಏನೋ ಫೇವರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೇಳದೇ ಇದ್ರು ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದೇರ್ ಹಿಡನ್ ಅಜೆಂಡಾ. ಅದು ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ, ಹಿಡನ್ ಅಜೆಂಡಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜುವಿಂದ 5 ಜನ ಪೈಸೆ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ, ನೀವನೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ? ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಆ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಸಂಪ್ರದಾಯಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ನಾಂದಿ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರು. ನಾನು ಈ ಸಂಪ್ರದಾಯ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊಟ್ಟ ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ಕಾರಣ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, ನಾನು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಸಿಟಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಮೈಸೂರು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಯಾಗಿ ಬಂದು ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ B.A. ಗೋವಿಂದಪ್ಪ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನನ್ನ ಗುರುಗಳಿಗೆ ಒಂದು 1994 ಸನ್ಮಾನ ಸಮಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಅದ್ದೂರಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರು ಕೊನೆಗೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಶಿವರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಅದ್ದೂರಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಸಂಪ್ರದಾಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಆತರ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಮರೆತೇ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಬಬ್ಲಿ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಬೆಂಚ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಆರ್ ಎ ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್, ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಎನ್ ಎಂಡ್. ಐ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮೈ ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ಕೊಲೀಗ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಜೂನಿಯರ್ ಕೊಲೀಗ್ಸ್, ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್. ಒಂದು 35 ವರ್ಷ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡಿರೋನಿಗೆ ಅಲೋ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನನ್ನ ಕೊನೆ. ನಾವೇನೂ ಕಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಒಂದು ಸಂಪ್ರದಾಯ ಹುಟ್ಟು ಬರಲಿ, ನಾಂದಿ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. ನಾನು ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನಾಡುವ ಜನ, ನಾನು ಐ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಈ XYZ. ಈ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನಾಡುವ ಜನ ಏನಿದ್ರೆ ಗುಡ್ ಗವರ್ನೆನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಇದು ಒಂಥರ ಈ ವೈಸ್ ಚಾನ್ಸಲರ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರಾರ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಈ ರಿಟೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ಗೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ರಿಹ್ಯಾಬಿಲಿಟೇಷನ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ತರ ಆಗಬಾರದು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನನ್ನ ಆನಂದ ಸಬ್ಮಿಷನ್. ಯಾವುದೇ ವೈಸ್ ಚಾನ್ಸಲರ್ಗಾಗಲಿ, ಯಾವುದೇ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರಾರ್ಗಾಗಲಿ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಅಧಿಕಾರ ಇದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಈಚೆ ಬಂದು ಮಾಡಿ, ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಆ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ನ ಭಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡಿ. ಸಿಸ್ಟಮು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನಾನು ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಅವಕಾಶ ಮಾಡಿ. ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅದಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಇದಾಗ ಬರೀ ಇದೆ ಕೊಡೆ. ನಾನು ಈ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿಲಿ ನಾನು ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ಫುಲ್ ಟು ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ. 35 ವರ್ಷ ನಾವು ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನನಗಿಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊದಲೇ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ವೈಸ್ ಚಾನ್ಸಲರ್ ಒಬ್ರು ಇದ್ರು. ಬಂದು ಏನಾರ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದು, ನೀನು ಈ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯಕ್ಕೆ ಮಗನೋ ಅಳಿಯನವನರು? ಏಯ್ ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಡಿ ಆ ಕಡೆ. ಯಾಕ್ರಿ? ಏಯ್ ನಿನ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲೋ, ಮಗಳು ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾನೆ. ನಾನು ಹಳ್ಳಿಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ನೀನು ಯಾವತ್ತಿದ್ರು ನೀನು ಬತ್ತೀಯ, ನೀನು ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ, ಆಸ್ತಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಬತ್ತೀಯ, ಯಾವ ತರ ಬತ್ತೀಯ ನೋಡಿ. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಅವನೇ ನನ್ನ ಎದುರುಗಡೆನೇ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ M.L. ವಿಶ್ವನಾಥ್ ಇದ್ದರು. ಇದೇ ಮಾತು ಹೇಳೋರು ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ. ಎರಡನೇ ಮಾತು ಏನು ಹೇಳೋರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ. ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ನೀವಾಗಿ ಕಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿರೋದು. ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಅವತ್ತು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ವೈಸ್ ಚಾನ್ಸಲರ್ ಆದಾಗಲೇ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆನ ಒತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಪರಿಹಾರ ಮಾಡಿ. ಏನಯ್ಯ, ಈಗ ಒಂದು ನಾನು ಶ್ರಾದ್ದಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಒಂದು ಎಡ ಉರುಳಿತ್ತು, ಮಡಿಮತ್ತಿನಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಆಗಲೇ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ತಂದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲಯ್ಯ, ನಾನು ಯಾವಾಗ ಮಡಿ ಆಗೋದು? ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ಮ, ನೀವ್ಯಾಕೆ ಬಂದ್ರಿ? ಇದು ನೆವರ್. ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳು, ಅಗಾಧ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳು ನೀವಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋದು. ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಬಗೆಹರಿಸಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎರಡು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. ಇದು ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಾ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದಲ್ಲೂ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ಗಳು ಖಾಲಿ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಆ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ಗಳು ಮುಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಭಯ. MP.ಗಳು ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, MA.ಗಳು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಏನು ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಲ್ಲ, ಮೈ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಟೈಡ್, ಯು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮೀ. ಬಟ್ ಇವಾಗ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಫ್ರೀ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಈ UGC ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಿ APS ಕೋಡ್, ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಅಸೆಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬೈ ದಿ ಕ್ಯಾಂಡಿಡೇಟ್. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ವೈಸ್ ಚಾನ್ಸಲರ್ಗಳಿಗೆ, ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರಾರ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಯಾವ ಅಧಿಕಾರ ಇರಲಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ದಿ BS ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಆಡಿಟರ್. ಆಡಿಟರ್ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ದುಡ್ಡು ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಬಂದು ಮೇಕ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರಾವಿಷನ್ಸ್, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎವರಿ ರೈಟ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರಾವಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಬಂದ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಈ ತರ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಇವತ್ತು ಬಂದಾಗ ನಾನು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಅರ್ಹತೆಗಳು ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಒಂದು ಆ ಸೂಪರ್ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಪವರ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಗಾಡ್ ಫಾದರ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ಲೋಸ್. ಗಾಡ್ ಫಾದರ್ ಇದೆ ಯಾರು ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಬಜೆಟ್ ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಡೋದಿದೆ. ದಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ. ಬಟ್ ಮೈ ಕೊಲೀಗ್ ಯಾವ ನೋಡಪ್ಪ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ನನ್ ಕೇರಿಲ್ಲ, ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
Professor H.P.P, Special Officer, North University, guest of honor to address the gathering.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅಭಿನಂದನಾ ಸಮಾರಂಭದ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಾಗಿ ಆಗಮಿಸಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಅಭಿನಂದನಾ ನುಡಿಗಳನ್ನು ಅವರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಲು ಆಗಮಿಸಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ H.R. ರಂಗನಾಥ್ ಅವರು, ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತರಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಗೋವಿಂದನ್ ಅವರು, ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಮಂಜುನಾಥ್ ಅವರು, ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಸಂಬಂಧಿಗಳು, ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜರವರ ಕುಟುಂಬ ವರ್ಗದವರು, ಅಭಿಮಾನಿಗಳು, ಅವರ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರು ಮತ್ತು ಇತರ ಆಹ್ವಾನಿತರು. ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಸುಮಾರು 3 ಜನ ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜು ಅವರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಅವರ ಸಾಧನೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಪ್ರಾರಂಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರ ಶಿಷ್ಯವರ್ಗ ಒಂದು ಆಡಿಯೋ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡಿ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜು ಅವರು ನಡೆದು ಬಂದಂಥ ದಾರಿ, ಅವರ ಸಾಧನೆ, ಅವರ ಯಶಸ್ಸು ಇವುಗಳನ್ನು ಬಹಳ ಸಂಕ್ಷಿಪ್ತವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಗೋವಿಂದಯ್ಯನವರು ಮತ್ತು ಮಂಜುನಾಥರವರು ಕೂಡ ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜ್ ಅವರ ಹಲವಾರು ಗುಣಗಳನ್ನು, ಅವರ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದ ಯಶಸ್ಸಿನ ವೈಖರಿಯನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈಗ ತಾನೇ ಮಾತನಾಡಿ ಹೋದಂಥ ನಮ್ಮ ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ಹಿತವಂತ ಶ್ರೀನಾಥ್ ಅವರು ಭಾಳ ವರ್ಣರಂಜಿತವಾಗಿ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜ್ ಅವರ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಒಳಗೊಂಡಂತೆ, ತನ್ನ ಯಶಸ್ಸಿನ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಒಳಗೊಂಡಂತೆ ತಮ್ಮಗಳನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆ ಹಿಡಿದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಹಲವಾರು ಜನ ಮಾತನಾಡುವಂಥ ಸಾಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಎರಡೇ ಎರಡು ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ನಾನು ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ಮಿತ್ರರಾದಂಥ ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜ್ ಅವರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜ್ ಅವರು ಸುಮಾರು 3.5 ದಶಕಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಉತ್ತಮ ಪ್ರಾಧ್ಯಾಪಕರಾಗಿ, ಗುಣಮಟ್ಟದ ಸಂಶೋಧಕರಾಗಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂಥ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರು, ಮಾನವತಾ ಗುಣವನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರುವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಖಾಂತರವಾಗಿ ತಮ್ಮದೇ ಆದಂಥ ಕೊಡುಗೆಯನ್ನು ಈ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎರಡನೆಯದು, ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜು ಅವರು ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಸ್ನೇಹ ಅಥವಾ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಏನಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಸುಮಾರು 25-28 ವರ್ಷ. ಅವರು ಇನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ನಲ್ಲಿದ್ದರು, ಅವ್ರ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿತ್ತು. ಆವಾಗ ಕೆಲವು ಸಂದರ್ಭಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹೀಗಿಂದಾಗಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ನೆಲ ಜಲ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯಗಳು ಬಂದಂಥದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬರಿಗೊಬ್ಬರು ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಭೇಟಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಕಾರಣ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹೇಳಿದಂಗೆ ನಾವು ಆಗಲಿ ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜ್ ಅವರಾಗಲಿ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಮಂಡ್ಯ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹೀಗೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭವಾದಂಥ ನಮ್ಮ ಅವರ ಪರಿಚಯ ನಂತರ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರ ಸಿರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟನ್ನು ಜ್ಞಾನಭಾರತಿ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ಗೆ ವರ್ಗಾವಣೆ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಂತರ ಅವರ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ನಿಕಟವಾದಂತಹ ಸಂಪರ್ಕ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಭೇಟಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ವಿಚಾರ ವಿನಿಮಯಗಳಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂತು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಕಂಡಂಥದ್ದು ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಲೇಬೇಕಾದಂದರೆ, ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜ್ ಅವರು ವಿಭಾಗದ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಿದ್ದು ಬಹಳ ಅಪರೂಪ. ಅವರು, ಅವರ ಪ್ರಯೋಗಶಾಲೆ, ಪ್ರಯೋಗಾಲಯ, ಅವರ ಶಿಷ್ಯರು, ಇದು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕ್ಷಣನೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವರು ತಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಶೋಧನೆಗೆ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ತಮ್ಮ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ವಿನಿಯೋಗ ಮಾಡುವ ಮುಖಾಂತರವಾಗಿ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿವಸ ಅವರ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ತಮ್ಮದೇ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಸಾಧನೆಯನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ಕೊಡುಗೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವರ ಇದ್ದಂಥ ಬದ್ಧತೆ, ಅವರ ಕಮಿಟ್ಮೆಂಟು, ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ವರ್ಕು ಮತ್ತು ಗುಡ್ ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ಥಿಂಕರ್. ಎರಡನೇದು, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಬ್ಬ ಅಧ್ಯಾಪಕರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸಂಪತ್ತಿದ್ದೇ ಇದೆ, ಒಂದು ಐಶ್ವರ್ಯ, ಸಂಪತ್ತು. ಅದು ಹಣ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲ, ಆಸ್ತಿ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ. ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂಥ ಅಧ್ಯಾಪಕರು ಮತ್ತು ಸಂಶೋಧಕರಿಗೆ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ ಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ನಿಜವಾದ ಸಂಪತ್ತು ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಜೊತೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಶಿಷ್ಯವೃಂದ, ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂತಹ ಶಿಷ್ಯವೃಂದವನ್ನು ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜು ಅವರು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿವಸ ಈ ಒಂದು ವೈಜ್ಞಾನಿಕ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ನೀಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಲವಾರು ಅವರ ಶಿಷ್ಯರು ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂತಹ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಹಲವಾರು ಉನ್ನತ ಹುದ್ದೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಹೊರದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ತಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪಾರವಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯವನ್ನು, ಸಂಶೋಧನೆ ಮತ್ತು ಬೋಧನೆ ವಿಚಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದನ್ನು ಆ ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜರ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ತಿಳಿಸಿ. ಕೊನೆಯ ವಿಚಾರ, ನಾನು ಕೂಡ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಅಲ್ಪಾವಧಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಕುಲಸಚಿವರಾಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ಆವಾಗ ಲೈಫ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ನ ವಿಸ್ತರಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ. ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜವ್ರು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಹಿಡಿದ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಬಿಡೋರಲ್ಲ. ಅವರು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಕೂಡ ನೋಡಿ ಬಂದು ಕುಳಿತುಕೊಂಡು ಅದು ಆಗಲೇಬೇಕು. ಬಹುಶಃ ಇವತ್ತು ದಿವಸ ಸೈಕಾಲಜಿ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರು ಏನಾದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಆ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ನ ಅಷ್ಟು ಜಾಗಗಳಲ್ಲೇ ನಾವು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಅಷ್ಟು ಜಾಗಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಸುಸಜ್ಜಿತವಾದಂಥ ಪ್ರಯೋಗಶಾಲೆಯನ್ನು ಅವರು ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಷ್ಟರ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಕಮಿಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇತ್ತು ಮತ್ತು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಶ್ರಮ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಕೂಡ ಭಾಳ ಹತ್ತಿರದಿಂದ ಅದನ್ನು ಗಮನಿಸಿ ಏನಪ್ಪ ತೋರಿಸುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಇದನ್ನು ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜು ಅವರು ತಮ್ಮದೇ ಆದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಪರಿಶ್ರಮದ ಫಲವಾಗಿ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿವಸ ನಾವು ಏನಾದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವರ ಯಶಸ್ಸು ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಖಂಡಿತವಾದ ಪರಿಶ್ರಮ. ಅವರು ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾದರಿ ಅಂತಲೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಈ ಒಂದು ಯುವ ಜನಾಂಗಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂತೃಪ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾಪ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಅವರ ಶಿಷ್ಯಕೋಟಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಹಲವಾರು ಬೆಳೆದಿದೆ. ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂತಹ ಶಿಷ್ಯಕೋಟಿಯನ್ನು ಅವರು ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ನೀಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರ ಯಶಸ್ಸಿನ ಹಿಂದೆ ಅವರ ಗಾದೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ಹೆಣ್ಣಿನ ಯಶಸ್ಸಿನ ಹಿಂದೆ ಒಂದು ಹೆಣ್ಣುಮಗು ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪೂರಕವಾಗಿ ಅವರ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿಯವರು ಕೂಡ ಒಂದೇ ಆದಂಥ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜರ ಯಶಸ್ಸಿನ ಬೆನ್ನೆಲುಬಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಕುಟುಂಬ ವರ್ಗದವರು ಕೂಡ ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜವರ ಒಂದು ಶ್ರೇಯಾಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಗೆ ತಮ್ಮದೇ ಆದಂಥ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಕೊಡುಗೆಯನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನಾನು ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜು ಅವರು ತಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಧ್ಯಾಪಕರಾಗಿ ಗುಣಮಟ್ಟದ ಸಂಶೋಧಕರಾಗಿ ಅವರು ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯಕ್ಕೆ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜು ಅವರು ಬಹುಶಃ ಎಲ್ಲರ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ನೌಕರಿಗೆ ಸೇರಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ತನ್ನ ನಿವೃತ್ತಿ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆದರೆ ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜು ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ಗಮನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅವರು ನಡೆದು ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ದಾರಿ, ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕೆಲಸ ನಡೆದಾಗ ಬಹುಶಃ ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್ ಆದಮೇಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿಯನ್ನು ಅವರು ಕೊಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಮುಂದಿನ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಸಂಶೋಧನಾ ಕಾರ್ಯವನ್ನು ಮುಂದುವರಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಭಾರತ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಪ್ರೋತ್ಸಾಹವಾಗಿ ಹಲವಾರು ಸೌಲಭ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಒದಗಿಸಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಷ್ಟನ್ನು ನಾನು ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾಪ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜು ಅವರ ಮುಂದಿನ ದಿನಗಳು ಇನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವ್ ದಿವಸಗಳಾಗಿವೆ. ಅವರ ಜೀವನ ಉತ್ತಮವಾಗಿದೆ ಮತ್ತು ವೈಜ್ಞಾನಿಕ ಮತ್ತು ತಾಂತ್ರಿಕ ಶೈಕ್ಷಣಿಕ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ ಮುಂದಿನ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರ ಸೇವೆ ಲಭಿಸಲಿ, ಅವರ ಕೊಡುಗೆ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಂತ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ಅವರ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಕುಟುಂಬ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿ ನನ್ನ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
Thank you, sir. May I now invite the professors of life sciences and other devotees to speak few words and share their memorable moments and their associations and interactions with Professor H.P. Puttaraju. To do so, may I now invite Professor Sarangi, retired professor, Department of Agriculture, Biotechnology, to address the gathering.
Professor Puttaraju, respected chairs on the dais, ladies and gentlemen. My association with Puttaraju goes back to 37 years. I had told you, all my colleagues in life sciences, the day Professor Anandan was retired, that the first person in Bangalore University, when I landed in Bangalore, I had met is Professor Anandan. But after I joined as a postdoctorate fellow here in cell culture, I had to stay in the hostel. And when it was inquired, there was no room vacant in the hostel. Puttaraju, as a research student, was staying in Central College hostel. So when me and Anandan, we approached him, he had gladly accepted. So I spent my first day in the hostel as a guest to Dr. Puttaraju. I am obliged to you. I remember it throughout my life. So after that, Sericulture department started. I joined as a faculty, and because Puttaraju was just doing his PhD, has not completed, he joined Sericulture department as a research assistant. And it so happened, me and Puttaraju were allotted one practical and civil technology. I think he remembers it. So the subject was new to both of us. We had struggled hand. We went to the practical, we are handling the practical. Though we are not confident, but we had done it right, the practical. But then there was the joint director in sericulture, joint director of sericulture, Mr. Mahadev. When we were having the class, he used to have some theory classes, he used to take some theory classes. He came and discussed with us what practical we were doing. So we both, with whatever little knowledge we had, and we were training the students, we went and explaining him. He sarcastically laughed. We didn't know what he meant. So then he told that what we are doing is wrong. But we had done everything right. So why to leave it? I started replying. Puttaraju was there standing by my side. Then both of us so vehemently had defended our work that we had done or the teaching that we had done. Finally, he had to keep quiet and agree whatever we had done. From that day, I had observed that Puttaraju, as a research student, as a person, has a very strong mind. And during his research days, he had, and our professional life in the department, we had so many adversities. And with his strong mind, from that day I had realized that he has a strong mind. With that strong mind, he has overcome all the adversities. And whatever he has achieved, Dr. Manjunath mentioned, is scientific field. He has produced so many PhDs, have so many research projects, have so many publications, and established himself in the field of his specialization only with his strong mind. And I congratulate you for all your achievements, Dr. Puttaraju. And today he is retiring. Though he will be involved in the research activities here, but on the day of retirement, I wish him, his wife, a very healthy life after retirement, and wish all the best for his kids to pull on. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I request Mr. R. Rajendra, Department of UVC, to address the gathering.
ಒಂದು ಹೆಣ್ಣು ತನ್ನ ತವರ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಸಂತೋಷ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಏಕೆಂದರೆ ಸೆರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟು ನನ್ನ ತವರ ಮನೆ, ನಾನು ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟು. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ದುಃಖ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸುಮಾರು 35 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಈ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಮಾಣಿಕವಾಗಿ ದಕ್ಷತೆಯಿಂದ ಸೇವೆ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಿದಂತಹ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಪ್ರಾಧ್ಯಾಪಕರು, ಸಹೋದ್ಯೋಗಿಗಳು ಆಗಿದ್ದರು, ಹಾಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕುಟುಂಬದ ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ಮಿತ್ರರು, ವಿದೇಶಿಗಳು ಇವತ್ತು ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ನಿಯಮಾವಳಿಗಳ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ವೃತ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ನಿವೃತ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ಅವರು ಪ್ರವೃತ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ನಿವೃತ್ತಿ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಅವರು. 1985 ಇಸ್ವಿ ಮಾರ್ಚ್ 8ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ಬಹುಶಃ ವಿಶ್ವ ಮಹಿಳಾ ದಿನಾಚರಣೆ ಅವತ್ತು ನನಗಿನ್ನ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ. ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಹೆಗಡೆಯವರು ವಿಧಾನಸೌಧ ಮೆಚ್ಚು ಮೇಲೆ ಚೀಫ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿ ಪದಗ್ರಹಣ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನಾನು ಮೊದಲನೇ ಸರಿ ಅವ್ರ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಹೋದೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ಅವತ್ತು ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು, ತುಂಬ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಆದರೂ ಅವ್ರು ಮಂಡ್ಯ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯವರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಇನ್ನೂ ತುಂಬ ಸಂತೋಷಪಟ್ಟು. ಆನಂತರ ನನ್ನ ಮದುವೆಗೂ ಸಹ ಬಂದಿದ್ದರು. ನಾವು ಅವ್ರ ಮದುವೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ವಿ. ಅಂಥ ಒಂದು ಆತ್ಮೀಯತೆ ಬೆಳೀತು. ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕುಟುಂಬದ ಜೊತೆ ಅವ್ರು ತುಂಬ ಆತ್ಮೀಯರಾಗಿದ್ದರು. ನಮ್ಮ ಹಿತೈಷಿಗಳು ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಎಷ್ಟು ನನ್ನ ಕಂಡವ್ರಿಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಅಭಿಮಾನ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅವರ ಸಹೋದರಂತ ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಪ್ರೀತಿಸಿದ್ರು. ಇಂಥ ಒಬ್ಬ ಮಹಾನ್ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ, ಮಾನವತಾವಾದಿ, ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಮಿತ್ರ ಇವತ್ತು ನಿವೃತ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ತುಂಬ ದುಃಖದಿದೆ. ನನಗೊಂದು ಕೊರಗು ಇದೆ. ಇಂತಹ ಒಬ್ಬ ಹೈಯರ್ ಎಜುಕೇಟೆಡ್, ಇಂತಹ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಪಾತ್ರ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಹಳೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು, ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ಸ್ಗಳೆಲ್ಲ, ಅಂದರೆ ತುಂಬ ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಂತಹ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಕುಲಪತಿ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋ ನೋವು ನನಗಿದೆ. ಬಹುಶಃ ನಾನು ಅನ್ಕೋತೀನಿ, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಕುಲಪತಿ ಆದ ಕ್ಷಣಕ್ಕೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಏನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಡಿನರಿ ಏನು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಂತಹ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಈ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಕುಲಪತಿ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು
ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯಕ್ಕಾದ ನಷ್ಟ ಹೊರತು ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕವಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಆದಂತಹ ನಷ್ಟ ಏನಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಭಾವನೆ. ಅದ್ಭುತ ಕೆಲಸಗಾರ, ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ಹಿತೈಷಿ, ತುಂಬ ಜನ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ PhD ಪದವಿಯನ್ನು ಗೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. 35 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಆ ವಿಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಲೆಕ್ಚರರ್ ಆಗಿ, ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಆಗಿ, ಲೀಡರ್ ಆಗಿ, ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಆಗಿ, ಆ ವಿಭಾಗದ ಮುಖ್ಯಸ್ಥರಾಗಿ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿವಸ ತಮ್ಮ ಸುದೀರ್ಘ ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ಮುಗಿಸಿ ನಿವೃತ್ತರಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಹುಶಃ ನಿಯಮಾವಳಿಗಳ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ 5 ವರ್ಷ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಕುಲಪತಿಗಳಾಗುವ ಒಂದು ಅರ್ಹತೆ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ದೇವರ ದಯೆಯಿಂದ ಅವರು ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯಕ್ಕೆ ಕುಲಪತಿಗಳಾಗಲಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಹಾರೈಸ್ತೇನೆ. ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಭಾವಾಧಿಕವಾಗಿ ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಏನೇನೋ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೆ. ನನಗೆ ಯಾಕೋ ಮಾತಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಅಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಇತ್ತು. ಈ ವಿಭಾಗಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಹಿತೈಷಿ ಶ್ರೀ ವೀಣಾ ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜು ಅವರು ಸಹ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿದೆ. ಅವರ ನಿವೃತ್ತಿಯ ಜೀವನ ಸುಖಕರವಾಗಿ ಕಳೀಲಿ. ಅವರ ಈ ಒಂದು ಮುಸ್ಸಂಜೆ ಬಾಲ್ಯ, ಯೌವನ, ನಡುವಯಸ್ಸ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ದೇವರು ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಇದು ಬಾಲ್ಯದಿಂದ ಯೌವನಕ್ಕೆ, ಯೌವನದಿಂದ ನಡುವಯಸ್ಸಿಗೆ, ನಡುವಯಸ್ಸಿಂದ ಮುಪ್ಪಿನ ನಂತರ ಸಾವಿಗೆ ಅದು ದೇವರು ಮಾಡಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಆದರೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸದಿಂದ ನಿವೃತ್ತಿ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ನಿಯಮ, ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಲೇಬೇಕು. ಆ ರೀತಿ ಅವರು ನಿವೃತ್ತರಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಕೆಲಸದಿಂದ ನಿವೃತ್ತಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಪ್ರವೃತ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ನಿವೃತ್ತಿ ಆಗೋದು ಬೇಡ. ಇದೇ ರೀತಿ ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಇನ್ನೂ 10 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರಲಿ. ಅವರ ಮತ್ತು ಅವರ ಕುಟುಂಬಕ್ಕೆ ದೇವರು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಿ, ಆಯುಷು ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಐಶ್ವರ್ಯವನ್ನು ಕೊಡಲಿ. ಅವರ 2 ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಸಹ ತುಂಬ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಎಜುಕೇಟೆಡ್, ವಿದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಲೆಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮುಂದೆ ಅವರು ಸಹ ಆದಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗ ಅಜ್ಜಿ ರಾಗಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜು ಅವರು, ವೀಣಾ ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜು ಅವರು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ವಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನ, ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳನ್ನ ಹಾರೈಸ್ತಾ ಅವರ ನಿವೃತ್ತಿಯ ಜೀವನ ತುಂಬ ಸುಖಕರವಾಗಿ ಕಳೀಲಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕವಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರಿರುವ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಹಾರೈಸ್ತೇನೆ.
Thank you, sir, for your nice words. Now we have Professor Ismail from Department of Life Sciences to address the gathering.
ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಮುಗಿಯೋದು 5 ಗಂಟೆ ಆಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಗಾಡಿ ಸರ್ವಿಸಿಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ.
The students,
ಹಾಗೆ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತೀವಿ.
Professor Puttaraju, specifically Mrs. Puttaraju, good morning to all of you. It is my proud privilege to stand here before you to talk a few words about my exposures and experiences or observations about Professor Puttaraju. As a chairman, all of us are aware that he was responsible for the vertical and horizontal development of the 5 years integrated course, though with the strong support and initiation of our former Vice Chancellor, Professor Ranjana. He has mentored, this is also a known fact, but I need to mention this, he has mentored 20 students for in his research category. As a researcher, I have observed him as a workaholic. He had a number of major projects which has completed successfully. And when we spoke about the projects, it's invariably in our department, it is Professor Puttaraju and Professor Subramanian. Somehow they used to get major projects, complete them, and made a mark in the university as scientists. Besides this, I have observed him to be a good leader. He is capable of delegating and designating the responsibilities of the department to his research scholars very effectively to meet the goals of the department. He perhaps is responsible, as all of us are aware, and it has also been indicated by many of my predecessors, that it is his hard work, determination and perseverance which has made the 5 years integrated course a grand success in the university. Personally, I have a very cordial relationship with him as a colleague, and whenever I used to approach him for any of my problems, he used to give very bold suggestions and bold advices. I regard him as very bold because I consider him as an extremist in his approach for the simple reason that he had the attitude that whatever I do, if it is right, I don't care about what the people around me talk about. Perhaps this kind of a incalculated, what should I say, habit on his part, which has taken him far off in his endeavors, both professionally and also personally, in the sense that he has continued personal life with a very charming wife, a dedicated wife who is responsible, as we are aware, that behind the successful man there is a woman. Perhaps she is the one who would give him full time to devote for research and be a successful scientist in his career. Our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor P.P. is here. On behalf of all of you, I welcome him to this August gathering. The very fact that all of you are here, both as his well-wishers and also to see him off from the department, of course, not from the research arena, because he is going to continue with us for another 3 years on account of his achievements and account of his hard work, which has been realized and recognized by various funding agencies, which is responsible for his continuation for another 3 years. And I join all of you, all his well-wishers, in wishing him the very best in his future life, his health, his wealth, his contentment, his dedication to research, and his interaction, every interaction now perhaps with his family members and his children. Thank you very much. Thank you, ma'am, for the wonderful words. Now I request Professor Manjunath, the Department of Biotechnology, to address the program.
Professor H.R. former Vice Chancellor of Bangalore University, Professor P.P. Vice Chancellor of Bangalore University, and Professor Puttaraju, who is felicitated on his great achievement of his ending academic career, Professor Srinath, and Professor Kemparaju, my good friend, who is the designated special officer of the Bangalore University North. And dear colleagues and students, it's a proud moment and a memorable day for all of us who are seeing off one of our coveted friend and a researcher who has served for 3.5 decades in this university. In fact, I met Professor Puttaraju in the hostel. I was his hostel mate in Central College when I was doing my MSc in 80s. And I started with my PhD program in the Central College those days. And we had an occasion which was not a good moment to meet him. In fact, Professor Puttaraju had a small differences with his mentor, the tiger Professor B.N. Chowdaya. So he was a tiger those days, and the Vice Chancellor used to be afraid when he walks on the corridor, and the Vice Chancellor used to come out of the office to receive him. Those were the days. And Professor Puttaraju had a small differences with his mentor, and we were all chotus and in the campus. And we all took a delegation to the mentor to appease the mentor to kindly consider and resolve the issue. we were not aware of the serious issues between the mentor and the student. But I still remember the day when we walked into the house of Professor B.N. Chaudhaya and then tried to appease him with our own request that kindly be considerate and solve the issue. So that was the day we remembered. I remember when I met Professor Puttaraju. But what I appreciated in him is that he had a tremendous qualities of going around the world, I think, which we could not do. Many of our friends were not, like Srinath mentioned, he used to go around the world and participated into several national and international seminars and bring back the experiences to the country back. So that was one of his fine qualities. In fact, I remember my maiden trip to abroad, because I was an academician. I thought I should also go abroad, like Professor Puttaraju goes out. Then I thought I would go abroad, and I took an invitation letter from the Commonwealth Fellow that Professor Puttaraju was in UK, because I wanted to visit UK as a visitor. Because I was going on to a conference in Italy, I thought, let me go to UK and Paris and come back and then never go abroad again. So that was my wish, and I took an invitation from Professor Puttaraju. Professor Puttaraju, along with Veena Puttaraju, they came and they welcomed me in London, and we all stayed together, and he showed me the London, and then I think he gave me 20 pounds to me in my pocket, and he said, buy a whiskey to my friends. So we all know that. So we had a very big friends gang, and that was the day I think Professor Puttaraju put 20 pounds into my pocket, and I carried a bottle of whiskey back to India with good memories of UK. And then I flew to Paris, where a company hosted me, and I came back. So that was Puttaraju, and also the fellow left behind projects and the mentorship that we have carried out, the students that we have produced. So that is going to be our asset. I think Professor Puttaraju is leaving the university with all the technical accomplishments. He has a fully satisfied financial, and and we are also from the same.
And many times he has advised me. I remember now, I usually give one-time grant for the people who have produced 50 PhD. He told me, you will get this opportunity to get that. I got that grant also for that. So many times he has invited me to the conferences to interact with the students, to inspire program when he was conducting. So you have helped me for my research growth also, even to coordinate our own department, to start a new department in Mysore University. And I cherish, I remember you, sir. I congratulate you for your leadership to make this biological science a successful course in the university. I take this opportunity to pray Almighty to wish him good health, good strength to him and his family, and to serve him better and in many more to the society and the student community. Thank you, sir.
University of Mysore to address the lecture.
Good afternoon, all of you. My teacher, Professor Rannath sir, and all the other dignitaries of the on the dais, and especially Mr. Puttaraju and audience sitting here. It is just a surprise to me to speak here at the dais. I know Dr. Puttaraju since 1976. It is almost 40 years. When he was actually senior, I was his junior. The reported circumstances over to myself in the zoology department. Since then, we had a lot of interaction. And both of us, I joined actually the Department of Agriculture, once over to Mysore. And of course, he joined here as a faculty in the Department of Studies actually Bangalore University. Since then, I have been closely observing him as a sincere teacher, a dedicated researcher, and of course, what not, he has built the department. I mean, in fact, he is actually the main person to run the show in the Felicitation department along with the medicine faculties. And later on, as all of you highlighted, his achievement, yes, he has done a wonderful job. In fact, when I just want to go to Commonwealth Fellowship to Edinburgh, I have remembered the wonderful, the help he has extended. Yes, he's a nice researcher, contributed a lot for actually things to the field of biology, and we given me probably very less time. So on this occasion, I get this opportunity to wish Professor H.P.P, you, your family members, and your children, definitely happy time, happy retired life. And definitely keep on coming to my store just to guide. We are already there in GOS, GOE, collection committee. We have worked in several committees since 40 years. Trying to just you guide, give us your valuable suggestions, guidance to us. Once again, I wish you a happy, contented, retired life. Thank you very much, and thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite Professor R. Professor and Chairman, Department of Psychology, to share his thoughts.
Thank you, Dr. Puttaraju. She has given me 2 minutes. That's sufficient for me. There are so many speakers still to be heard. ಎರಡೇ ವಿಚಾರ. ಒಂದು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜು ಅವರು. ಅವ್ರು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಅಜಾತಶತ್ರು ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಈ ಸಜ್ಜನರ ಸಹವಾಸ ಒಂದು ಹೆಜ್ಜೆಯನ್ನು ಸರಿದಂತೆ, ದುರ್ಜನರ ಸಹವಾಸ ಒಂದು ಬೆಚ್ಚನನ್ನು ರುಚಿನಂತೆ ಸರ್ವಜ್ಞ, ಈ ಸರ್ವಜ್ಞನ ಮಾತನಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ನನಗೆ. ಅಂಥ ಒಂದು ಬಹಳ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ. ನನಗೂ ಸಹ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ನನಗೂ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಒಂದು 13-14 ವರ್ಷ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ನಾನು ಐ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ದಿ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಇನ್ ಇಯರ್ 2003 ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ 2016. 13 ವರ್ಷ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಬಟ್ ಆ 13 ವರ್ಷದ ಇಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಅವರ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಒಬ್ಬನಾಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಒಬ್ಬನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ತುಂಬ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಭಾಳ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ಸರ್. And as many of your well-wishers are wishing you a contented life, I too join them. ದೇವರು ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಭವಿಷ್ಯವನ್ನು ಕೊಡಲಿ, ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಆರೋಗ್ಯವನ್ನು ಕೊಡಲಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದಿನ ಜೀವನ ಸೊಗಸಾಗಿ ತುಂಬ ಅತ್ಯುತ್ತಮವಾಗಿರಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಹಾರೈಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಇದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ವೈಸ್ ಚಾನ್ಸಲರ್ ಸರ್ ನಾನು ಹಾಡ್ದಾಗ ಇದ್ರು ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಅವರು ಹಾಡ್ದಾಗ ಅವರಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಇದ್ರು, ಬಟ್ ಅವರಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಎನಿವೆ ಐ ಟೇಕ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್. ಆಲ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್.
Department of Computer Science, to share his thoughts.
Respected Professor H.P.P sir, Professor P.P sir, and all other dignitaries. Professor Puttaraju ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ನನ್ನ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ 8 ವರ್ಷ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. 2008 ಸರ್ ನಾನು ಪರಿಚಯ ಆದರು. ಅವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟು ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸಲ್ಲಿತ್ತು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಐ ಮೆಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ LIC ಕಮಿಟಿ. ಐ ವಾಸ್ ದ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್. ಅವಾಗ ಅವರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದ ಗೈಡೆನ್ಸು ಮತ್ತು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ಫ್ರಾಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಬಟ್ ಸರ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೋ ಅದನ್ನೇ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ರಾಗ ಹೇಳೋದು. ಸೊ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬೈ ದಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಸರ್. ಮತ್ತು 2010 ನಮ್ಮ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಜ್ಞಾನಭಾರತಿ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ಗೆ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಆವಾಗಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮದು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏಜ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ತುಂಬ 19-20 ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೂ ನಾನಾಗಲಿ, ಶ್ರೀನಾಥ್ ಅವರಾಗಲಿ, ಗೋಪಾಲಕೃಷ್ಣ ಅವರಾಗಲಿ, ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಮಂಜುನಾಥ್ ಅವರಾಗಲಿ ಸುಮಾರು ಕಡೆ ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಗಳು ಹೋಗಿದ್ವಿ. ಮತ್ತು ಸುಮಾರು ಸರ್ತಿ ಪ್ರತಿ ವಾರನೂ ಲಂಚ್ ಗಂಟ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಅವ್ರು ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಜೂನಿಯರು ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ಅಂತ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡೇ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತು ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ನಾನು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಕೋಪ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಂತೂ ನೋಡೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಹೋದ್ರೂ ಬನ್ನಿ ಸರ್ ಅಂತಲೇ ಹೇಳೋರು.
ನಾವು ಜೂನಿಯರ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಸರ್ ಅಂತಲೇ ಕರೆಯೋದು. ಗೋಪಾಲಕೃಷ್ಣ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದಂಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಸಜ್ಜನರು. ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ನಮ್ಮ ಒಡನಾಟ ಮತ್ತು ನಾವು ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಇದೆ ನನಗೆ. ಒಂದು ದುಃಖ ಮತ್ತು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಂತೋಷ ಏನಂತಂದರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ನೂ 3 ವರ್ಷ ಅವ್ರು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾವು ಇದೇ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ನ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಆರೋಗ್ಯದಂಗೆ ನಾವು ಸರ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ದೇವರು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನೇನು ಬೇಕೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹಾರೈಸ್ತೀನಿ.
Thank you, sir. I now request Mr. Lion Munyappa to share his thoughts.
ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲಿರುವ ಮತ್ತು ಸಭೆಯಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಹನೀಯರೇ, ಮಹಿಳೆಯರೇ, ನಮ್ಮದು ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜರದ್ದು ಸುಮಾರು 36 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಸ್ನೇಹ. ನಾನು ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಆಸ್ತಿಗೆ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದವನು. ಅವರು ಭಾಳ ಸಜ್ಜನಿಕೆಯ ಸಹಕಾರ ಮೂರ್ತಿ. ಅವರಿಂದ ನಾನು ಹಲವಾರು ವಿಚಾರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೈರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಆನೆ ಸಿಗಲಿ ಅಂತ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾರೈಸಿ ನಾನು ಮಾತು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ನೆಮ್ಮದಿ ಸಿಗಲಿ ಅಂತ.
The researchers of the Department of Life Science, we have Dr. to share her thoughts.
Respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, and respected Professor H.P.P. I am here to speak on behalf of all the research scholars of the Department of Life Sciences. Sir, we are very glad to be associated with you for this long. And I feel you have given us an example. You are a leader who is led us by example. So we have several qualities of yours in front of us as role model to follow. Your hard work, your determination, your dedication for science. You are the perfect balance of both academics as well as research. So we promise you that we will learn from you and try to follow your footsteps. Thank you so much for being a part of our lives. And we are so glad that our association continues. And you're back with us as Professor Emeritus. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Now we have the doctoral student of Professor H.P.P., Mr. Anand, Dr. Anand. I invite him to share his thoughts.
Good morning, people who are on the dais, off the dais. Today I am so blessed. I could see most of my teachers. The teacher who taught me split gene when I was doing my PG, Dr. H.P.P. sir. And the teacher who taught me mentalism, M.D. Ramchandra sir, was when I was doing my PG in Mysore. And my lovely teacher when I was doing my PhD, I couldn't speak much. I was, in a moment, I quit I was in the followed by many junior lawyers, they followed the senior lawyer. The great doctors followed by many junior doctors. But that does not happen in the great scientists are not followed by. I don't know. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite Mr. Preetham, Faculty, Department of Life Science, to share his thoughts on behalf of all the best faculties of the Department of Life Sciences.
Very good afternoon to the others live. My emotions are up to the brim because today is the last working day of our beloved professor as the coordinator of the Biological Sciences and Syllabus for Life Science Department. He was a leader in two sense of the term. He never felt that we are working under somebody. Okay, usually the tendency is the relationship will be that of a boss and an employee, but he never felt it. He never dictated. He was a leader in two sense of the term. He inspired us. And just like the adage goes, every dark cloud is a silver lining. Though it is, we feel depressed since he is retiring officially, the silver lining is he is continuing his research for 3 more years. So we require your guidance, home blessings in future also. And on behalf of all this faculty, I request you for your blessings and guidance, and you was a source of livelihood for all of us. Thank you, sir, for all your support. Whatever you become in future and whatever the students become in future is all because of your effort and guidance. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepan. Now I invite the students. We have a first semester student of Life Science, Ms. Manasi Gupta, to share her thoughts.
Good afternoon, respected principal sir, honorable chief guests, respected teachers, and my dear students. Today we have gathered here to celebrate a new phase in Puttaraju sir's life. Dear sir, education is one thing, but you gave us much more. With inspiration beyond limits, you helped us rise and soar. Your teachings will forever be treasured. Your contributions in our life can never be measured. A teacher like you can never retire. Even if you stop coming to college, you will continue to do things that will inspire students like us every day. So on behalf of students of Life Sciences, I wish you and your family best of health and lifetime of peace and happiness. Thank you.
Now invite Ms. Naina from Department of Life Sciences.
It's my privilege for having given an opportunity to talk a few words about our beloved coordinator, H.P. Puttaraju. He was always been our most dedicated professor who taught us to follow discipline and everything. He has contributed a lot to our college in the field of education and recreational work. His kindness towards staff, parents, students and his peers was always on display. He indeed gave us constant dedicated support and creative support during his tenure. In addition to all this, he has taken pains to formulate our syllabus, which in itself is a wonderful one. It has covered all topics under biology and has enabled us to crack any competitive exams at least. He is thus the man with combination of energetic, enthusiastic honesty, love, discipline and inspiration. For all students, he must say, us in the department has left many memories. Finally, I would like to say that we are grateful to you forever for the inspiration and encouragement. Thank you.
We have Ms. Jaima addressing the topic. Thank you, Jay. Now we have another student of Life Science, Ms. Deepti.
ಮುಂದೆ ಗುರಿ ಇರಬೇಕು ಎಂಬಂತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಬೆನ್ನೆಲುಬಾಗಿ ನಿಂತಿರುವ ಜೀವ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ವಿಭಾಗದ ಮುಖ್ಯಸ್ಥರಾದ ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ಪುಟ್ಟರಾಜು ಸರ್ ಅವರ ಚರಣಕಮಲಗಳಿಗೆ ನನ್ನ ನಮನಗಳು. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಶ್ರೀಯುತರ ಅಭಿನಂದನಾ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತರಿರುವ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನನ್ನ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು.
I started my teaching career in 1975 and he was the first victim. And along with him, another student is there, Dr. Channavirappa. They were all classmates. So 75 batch, they were the first batch of students who were exposed. And as usual, the junior most teacher in any department those days used to get paleontology. So I was asked to teach paleontology and parasitic platyhelminthes, nematodes, etc. So of course, I learned many things. Like that, I started my journey as a teacher, and from then on, that is 1975 onwards, almost for 4 decades, I know Puttaraju as a teacher, as a student to start with, then as a researcher at Bangalore University, then the faculty members, and then when I came here as Vice Chancellor, as a colleague of this particular university. Many things have been said about him. I totally endorse what all others have said so far. Only a couple of more points to be said because Professor Thimmegowda is also here. Time and again, year after year, particularly University of Mysore and Bangalore and like Dharwad, these are the senior universities, year after year we are losing senior teachers, experienced teachers. There's the university, the students, the student community is deprived of the services of these people. But somehow, the policy makers in higher education, not only in Karnataka, across the country, they are blind to this situation. Again and again we give the statistics that so many vacancies are available and it is not filled up. The same story is repeating even here. So many academicians here, unless we take up this as a wake-up call, we are doing injustice to the student community or the coming generations. So I request Thimmegowda to take the lead to convince the policymakers, take the permission, guaranteed from the policymakers to advertise and fill up the vacancies. Otherwise, the longer you depend upon the guest lecturers, the longer you depend on the guest lecturers, it simply amounts to human exploitation. There is no assurance, there is no security whatsoever, and you cannot expect justice from them. I insisted Professor Thimmegowda to be here for this function since 10:30. Finally, he sent an SMS, I will be there. The reason being that he has to realize that he is one of the senior most vice chancellors of the state now, and he is in a position to convince the policymaker to higher education council. This has to be addressed. If that thing he can succeed in doing it, I am sure his tenure as a vice chancellor is extremely successful. Rest of the things come later. The academic ambience of a university or a campus depends upon the faculty members. We cannot boast of the campus with 50% of the vacancies. It is not mistake of the vice chancellor, it is the policy makers. Therefore, it is onus on all of us, all the academicians here. We have to take up as a wake-up call and make whatever things that we can do at our disposal to convince them to fill up these vacancies. Otherwise, as I said, the damage will be already damage is done, it continues to be done. So the next thing is about Puttaraju. As I told you, as a student I know him and I have talked to the last for 4 decades, I have experienced this commitment to the academics, as not as a teacher but also as a researcher. Recently, he got a project from UGC under innovative scheme. The title of the project is to want to give some innovations in the schemes, programs, etc. And the theme of that project is to start a diploma program, clinical embryology and assisted reproduction. Take it from me, this is an area, a borderline between basic sciences and health sciences. Not many universities can boast of a course which can, at the periphery of a basic science and initiation of a medical science. So always I dreamt of a situation in Bangalore University to have transdisciplinary, interdisciplinary courses. One such course is that already the diploma has started. Therefore, again for the administration, we have to take care of the sustenance of this particular course. Somebody may claim that it is in the boundary of a health sciences, there it has to go to the medical. UGC has given this sanction. The funding agency has given this sanction as an innovative program. It is the onus on the policymakers to make sure that course survives. It is not the course given by the university, it is course given by the regulator. Therefore, we should see that this is a time where a traditional university like Bangalore and health university like Rajiv Gandhi Health Universities could interact on a particular course. That speaks of the transdisciplinary research and that can also boost the image of the universities. Otherwise, I am sure the bureaucrats will have a number of comments on this particular course because it is the domain of the medical sciences. Why are you doing it? If that is true, UGC would not have given it. When UGC has given it as a regulator accepting the postgraduate diploma, such transdisciplinary research should continue and genesis has taken place. I only request the leader of the university, Thimmegowda, in consultation with the government policymakers to make sure the course survives. It has just started. give a diploma, and it could be an excellent borderline course between two different universities in the country. The next thing is, of course, he is retiring because of the UGC's new program, basic research schemes. He has been given a position, a retired professor scheme under the BSR, so that he could continue for next 3 years as a full-time researcher, and also it could be extended for 2 more years. So formally from the university services, he might be limiting the office, but God has blessed him with this additional thing. I am sure his presence on the campus would not only help the life sciences, the biological sciences, but also other departments on the campus. Because we need some people. We need some people in the campus to infuse enthusiasm, sensitize others to apply for a project, so that visibility, the credibility of the university can go up. So if we have more such people on the campus, I am sure the journey of the Vice Chancellor will be safe. Because people will be busy with lab work, commitment, etc., etc., Vice Chancellors have less problem. Therefore, people should consider people like him, Puttaraju like him, as a model. Particularly many youngsters are here as a model for their growth in their career, so that they could be committed to the sciences, committed to the teaching, and therefore harmony on the campus. And at this juncture, I have to remember, 11 years back, when we, of course my colleagues are here, we discussed a lot with Jairam and many others. We decided to launch a 5-year program, integrated program, without any exit, because people wanted to have an exit. If we were to give that problem with the UGC, because it's a full program, it succeeded. Such provisions of one department, the credit not only goes to Puttaraju, but also the entire particular section, which is the campus could flourish much better. I pray God to bless the family again.
Heartfelt thanks to Professor H.P.P. for gracing the occasion and addressing the gathering with his sincere words. Thank you, sir. I now request dignitaries on the dais to felicitate Professor H.P. Puttaraju and Mrs. Veena Puttaraju. It is said that behind every successful man there is a woman, and certainly Mrs. Veena Puttaraju has been of immense strength and support to Professor H.P. Puttaraju in all his deeds and endeavors. I now request Mrs. Veena Puttaraju to kindly come on to the dais, please. felicitated Professor H.P. Puttaraju and Mrs. Puttaraju, and to all. We thank Professor H.P. Puttaraju and Mrs. Puttaraju for having accepted the felicitation, and may now request Professor H.P. Puttaraju for his response. It's over to Professor H.P. Puttaraju.
My beloved teacher, Professor H. Ranganath, respected Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Timegoda, my dear friend, Professor Kemparaju, Dr. Srinath, my dear colleague, Dr. Govindaya, my old student and presently the professor at my university, Dr. H.B. Manjunath. Several distinguished people who are here, Professor Prabhakar, Professor Muniappa, Basha, Professor Jairam, and well-wishers Venkagoda, Ramakrishna, and my old PhD students, Guru Prasad, Prakash, and my friend Ishwar Swami, Satish, Chanvirappa, and my brother is also here, in fact, who is responsible for my higher education. I thank him on this day. And we have friends and well-wishers from different universities and colleges, and many gentlemen. First of all, I feel I am blessed today. My own teacher is a well-known in the field of education, Dr. H. Ranganath, and the most respected Vice Chancellor Timegoda felicitated me today. I am thankful to them on this occasion. And there are several of my friends and well-wishers, they spoke about me with good words and appreciating me. But I don't know whether I deserve it or not, such a type of felicitation. But I thank the love and affection of my students who have taken the trouble to organize the function to felicitate me today. It is a memorable journey in this university. When I joined Professor B.N. Chaudhaya, actually, I should remember, he is no more at present, but whatever I am today, it is because of Professor B.N. Chaudhaya. He has helped me to get into the university as faculty. He always used to tell me you should have vision and forethought, but I followed it. In fact, he nurtured me to grow in this university. Although with several hurdles I have come across, I have faced with determinations and come up, and I built the department entrusted by Dr. Rahana. In fact, as one of the like showed that reluctantly accepted this position, but I took it as a challenge, and I was successful in implementing the 5-year integrated MSc biological science course. For this course, I took the help of the faculty of various departments. There are so many faculties from various departments. Dr. Bela is here, Dr. Arini is here. There are so many people. They have helped to build this department in our my students really, but for my students I could be able to succeed in implementing this course. And several projects, it is, I think credit should go to my students, my research scholars. I thank them. And university has given me everything. But sometimes I feel what I have in return, what I have given to university. Yes, now I am satisfied. I have fulfilled my whole responsibility. Whatever I want to do, I have did it for the university in producing the quality biologists, the well qualified biologists. They are placed elsewhere in the globe. Maybe as one of my friends said, the attracting towards science, the students after PUC is very difficult. But because of the well qualified the guest faculty or the research scholars, I could be able to design the curricula and for which the trend and global. Maybe it has been attracting very talented students for this course. So also, I could be able to bring the Department of Status to the Department of Life Science. Till recently it was just the Department of Sericulture, and under the name of Sericulture the Life Science course was running, but there were not many takers. Now they are full of the student strength for the either Life Science or the Biological Science course. All these credits should go to my students, my PhD scholars, and other faculties from various departments. I have taken the support of all the faculty from different disciplines of the university, whether it be Kannada, or Hindi, or English, Sanskrit, mathematics, all it is an interdisciplinary course. All the department faculties have helped me to bring a good successful course. I don't want to take too much time, but I will only say I have really moved, I am moved with all your love and affection showed towards me. I remember this day, and I will try to continue my service whatever it is possible, whatever way it is possible in this university or elsewhere. I thank for the university and the authority and my students, my friends, my well-wishers, my brother, my wife. Of course, I am successful not only academically, and personally also I am most happy person and successful. My good wife always supports, and my children, my daughter and son, they qualified, settled in USA. See, for the first salary she said, Dad, you must take a new car. So she sent money to buy a new car. So she always tells, my son said, Papa, after retirement, your salary will be reduced, only pension. The balance I will give you. So that is what I require. Whatever, maybe I don't need money from my children, but that is what we expect as a father from the children. I have good children. So also I treat the students of biological science and life science as my children. Because I want to see them, their progress. They get into some good jobs, good researchers, good biology. That's what my ambition. I wish all the best for the students, and I thank all my well-wishers assembled here for gracing the occasion, for wishing me, and for their
Sir, I'm 2005 student to share our thoughts with you. It's been instituted by you in your name to the students of Division of. So as I have a small contribution to make, that is I'm announcing a cash of 5,000 rupees which is to.
And he was telling that he would also get whatever that he may not be getting. Once he starts getting pension, I was telling Professor H.A. Ranganath, there is no need. He gets a pension of about 40,000, and an additional BSR fellowship of 50,000. Anyway, you two old people afterwards, more than eating food, we eat medicines. Only you may have to spend more money on medicine rather than food, and your requirement will not be that much. Probably you can contribute rather than getting from them. I wish both of them and his family a very happy retired life, and of course I know you will not rest, you will be active, he continues to be active. That's what we wish him to do also, because it is in the interest of the department and in the interest of the university as well, because we need publications, we need our presence felt. That is possible only through active researchers. Therefore, he is a role model for all of our researchers on the campus and elsewhere. I once again pray God for the health and happiness, and for his well-being, and for the probably for fulfillment of his desire. I thank all the organizers for giving me an opportunity to participate this emotional function. Thank you one and all.
Our sincere thanks to Professor B.P. Gowda for raising the occasion and for the presidential address. Thank you, sir. I now request the well-wishers of Professor H.P. Puttaraju to come onto the dais and wish him. Our heartfelt thanks to Professor B. Gowda for raising the occasion. Thank you, sir. I request the well-wishers among the audience of Professor H.P. Puttaraju.
Master was mentioning about this transdisciplinary course introduced by Dr. Puttaraju sir from Bangalore University. We are the proud collaborators in this program. A lot of technologies are introduced in the country, which was missing hitherto. So the blessings of all the infertile couples in the country are also with Dr. Puttaraju sir, and on behalf of all of them, I wish him a wonderful retirement life, and may God bless him with all health, prosperity, and whatever he aspires for. Thank you very much, and I thank the audience.
Your attention please. After this occasion, we have vote of thanks, followed by that we have lunch. Your attention please. After this occasion, we have vote of thanks, followed by that we have lunch. We request everybody to join us for the lunch after vote of thanks. after this occasion, we have vote of thanks. Followed by that, we have lunch. I request everyone to stay back for vote of thanks.
ಯಾವುದೇ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಯಾವ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇವರು 4 ಜನ 4 ಜನ
ಹೌದಾ
ಇವತ್ತು ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಯಾವುದೇ ಇರ್ತವೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ಇದ್ದರು ಇವತ್ತೇ ಇದೆ ಯಾವ
ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್
ನಾಳೆ ರಜಾ ನಾಡದ್ದು
ರಜೆ ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮ್ ಟೇಬಲ್
Professor H.P.P.'s daughter.
Thank you, respect, you worshipping your job. I miss you. Thank you, Papa.
Professor's daughter.
Yeah. Okay. ಸರಿ ಸರಿ ಓಕೆ 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 ಮಾತಾಡೋಣ
Hello.
We have Malik Farooq, student of
Yes, ma'am. I am Malik Farooq from Srinagar. Hello. Let everybody listen here. Yes, I am Malik Farooq, student of Dr.H.P.P. Puttaraju. Hello. It is highly emotional moment for me today when Professor H.P. Puttaraju has reached his coronation and is retiring from active service. Highly emotional moment for me. I know Dr. Puttaraju from 1996 and I was fortunate to have done my PhD with him. I always found him helpful, emphatic, highly inspiring and positive. Regarding personal relations, I have always respected him and he always respected me. And when I had first interacted within few minutes, he encouraged me to come over to Bangalore and undertake PhD studies. Dr. Puttaraju has been highly inspiring to all his students who are doing PhD when I was there. And those who have done earlier, they also spoke very high of him. I feel that at this moment I should have been at Bangalore, but due to my engagement I could not come. I am sorry for that. Dr. Puttaraju has got great contribution to science and sericulture science included. My best wishes for him for the next phase of life, and let us hope he is healthy and happy, and he continues to guide us and share his wisdom with us, all of us, including my PhD colleagues here and those who have done earlier the PhD and the faculty at the University of Bangalore University. My best wishes for him and for all my colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now is the time to propose order plans. In life, you will realize that there is a purpose for every person you meet. Some are there to test you, some will use you, some will teach you, and some will bring out the best in you. Professor H.P. Puttaraju has been a very compassionate, inspiring, and a motivating personality. He has always encouraged, motivated his fellow human beings, colleagues, staff, teaching, non-teaching, researchers, and the student community. Professor H.P. Puttaraju has always tried to bring out the best in all of us till date. Even after reaching the height of his career, he has been very humble with people around. Certainly, hence you are not our boss, but you are our leader, sir, always leading us to the right path. Thank you for that, sir. Awesome human beings like you are rare to come by. It is impossible for us to say goodbye. As we bid you farewell, we cannot help but cry. Indeed, we are happy that Professor will be there with us in the department for the next 3.5 years with us. On behalf of the Department of Life Science, I express my profound sense of gratitude and appreciation to Professor H.P. Puttaraju for his notable achievements and outstanding contribution to the scientific community and Olbachia research in specific. More than anything, he's been a very good human being, a very good and reliable friend, a good husband, and a loving father to his children. May you live long and achieve more success and contribute immensely to the scientific community. Professor Govindaya,